What if you have all the money you ever need? What if you know the ultimate secret to make money? Will it help? There seems to be a pattern which I have observed lately, and it seems to be repeating itself. I believe you would agree that the whole internet, YouTube and Instagram, it's all filled with people sharing their experiences, sharing their knowledge, their secrets about how to make money. But does it actually help? Does it actually work? Because it seems that the same people who are watching these videos, taking these courses, are still doing the same thing. Nothing seems to change. Then what is it? What's the problem? Well, there's something that I've learned, which I have observed. It has worked for many in the past, but only a few see it. And this is not a motivational talk. I'm not your teacher. I'm not a motivational speaker. This is real life. I will share you things which you can relate. You already have it inside you. You just don't see it. Let's see if you see it today. Some say that you are not listening to the right teacher, to the right person, a person who has made a lot of money before. They say that you need to have a teacher who has done it in your lives. That is correct, but it's not the entire truth. Majority of the people who are trying to learn about money do not have money, and therefore they do not have access to any such rich and wealthy people. And besides this, most of the stories of people who became rich, who became successful from poverty to wealth, all these people, most of them did not have access to any rich man or woman. They did not learn directly from a rich man or woman who would teach them. Nobody taught them. The secret is not to find a teacher, nor some information, as you need new information in every situation of life. There are certain situations where all your knowledge, all your information, all the experiences that you have learned from other people vanishes away. It is waste there. You need to think new, you need to think fresh. So you don't need to be taught by man. Although sometimes you may learn from other men, but you don't need a specific man to teach you. You already have the ultimate teacher with you, who is there with you always, who is there with every human being everywhere on this planet. That inner voice, that knowing, that intuition, God, He's there. But wait, some of you, if you skip now, you are being hasty. Don't be in a hurry. You might lose the very thing that you needed. So hang on and pay attention. What you need to do is start learning. You need to learn. Nobody has to teach you. You need to learn. You don't need a specific teacher to start doing what you already know. At this stage, even right now, while you are watching, wherever you are, you always have that sense of knowing. And God doesn't work like a man. He demands faith and He demands action. Else how will He reward people? A man is rewarded for his faith, but not a dead faith, but that which is alive, alive in actions, in obedience, in life. Think about the story of Haldiram, Dhirubhai Ambani, Rolls-Royce, Louis Vuitton. They were all started by an extremely poor man who had no access to any big man or any big mentor. Everything they did was on their own, learning and listening to that inner voice, their gut feeling. They were learning, but learning from whom? That is the real question. The inside of all such men, every single one of them, they listen to that inner voice, that knowing, that intuition, that gut feeling, that still small voice of God teaching them. Unknowingly, they were learning from the Most High. That is why their growth is extreme. You check it yourself. Go listen to their stories. All self-made men, these so-called self-made men are not actually self-made, they are actually God-made. Everyone would say the same thing, but in different words. They listen to their hearts, they would say. But the real question is, who is speaking to their heart? Whom are they listening? And their heart is nothing but their spirit. This something that is speaking to them is the real God, which every human being can relate to. You don't need any man to tell you that. Man will tell you that you belong to this religion, you belong to that religion, you belong to this God, you belong to that God. But the real God does not require the permission of man. He does not need the appreciation of man. He doesn't interfere what other people are telling you or saying to you. He is speaking directly to you. The real question is whether you are listening or not. And there is a difference between hearing and listening. Everybody is hearing him in their hearts, by thoughts, by intuitions, by gut feeling. But do you obey that gut feeling? That voice that is coming from inside you, that sense of knowing, do you obey that? Do you act upon it? Because only then you are actually listening, because only then you are actually learning. Every man who went from poverty to wealth, from nothing to something, every one of them listened to that voice. Almost all of them don't know who is teaching them, but every single one of them is learning. There was a man in history who heard a voice, the voice of God. The voice asked him, "Ask whatever you want and it will be done for you." But unlike everybody else, this man was different. He asked, "Give me knowledge and understanding that I may take care of your people." Hearing such a noble motive of this man, the voice of God said, "Because you have not been selfish, because you have asked such a thing, I will give you wealth and riches and wisdom which will give you great honor." So this man became extremely wealthy, the wealthiest of all, and he was honored much by all men. This shows that the real God, which some people call the universe or the power, the real one, he cares about your motives. What you want to do is important, but to him, why you want to do is very, very important. If your motive is to be a blessing to others, to help others, then that voice will lead you to great wealth and honor. But if your motive is not right, then that voice will not help you. You will not hear. So if your motives are right, then there is a great chance for you to get rich. You already know what I am saying. Just relax and think. You already know it. Even now, that sense of knowing is there. That still small voice is speaking to you, telling you, letting you know that he is real. But to be rich, to be wealthy, that voice needs your obedience. He needs you to listen. You must do what you already know. And once you do, then the next step will be told to you. Nobody else will know it, but you will know it. So start listening. Don't do your own thing. Don't do your own way. Just obey with a pure motive, and then you will see the difference. After all, you have been doing it your entire life and nothing is changing. So change a little. Remember, you don't need a man to teach you. That voice is teaching you. But wherever that voice leads you, go. Just go. Learn from whomsoever that voice leads you to. But be careful that that voice will never push you. That voice, that knowing will never force you. It will never ever force you. You always have a choice to listen to it or not, to obey it or not. You will always have a choice. It will not be a compelling force, but a nudge. Now if you know about the man who heard the voice, the man I mentioned before in the video, who heard the voice of God and who became very, very wealthy, if you know about him, who is he, then comment and let me know. Let's see if you're right. Just to share, by this channel, I myself am trying to bless others, to be a blessing to others. So if you are blessed by this, if anything blessed you, then please don't forget to like and share. And remember, at Avi, love values you.